Well, hello everybody, welcome to this update. We're going to finish with an update on the new end-to-end in the conservatory, which some of you might not even know about, so hang about to see what's going on with there. It's changed. And before that, we're going to start with this package that's caused me some grief, partly because of my inability to wait, and it's to do with this loco. So watch out for that. But we're going to start with my foot. Now, my regulars know I'm having trouble with my foot. And yeah, not a very nice picture of that, but that's where it all stemmed from, the ball of my foot with the black mark. And it's gone on and it's gone on. I've been to the nurses 3 times, but I went to the doctor finally, and he wants an x-ray on it to see if there's anything amiss. So let's move on to railway related stuff. And yeah, this package. I initially went to Peter's Spares for these, but they didn't have any out of stock. So ended up with eBay, and the chap that I finally bought them from, very good, kept me informed when I wrote an email thing. But because it was so long coming and it took a week to come, which maybe, maybe I'm being impatient, I had to sort of sign up for an email account, which I didn't particularly want to do, so that I could contact him. But it worked, but yeah, not particularly happy, but we got them in the end, so that's good. So this is what it was for. My EWS Class 60 Hornby, when I got it from the train fair, it didn't have any couplings with it. So I nicked one off of me DB Schenker one, and but they break, and I broke it, so I didn't have any couplings except for the DB Schenker. So I ordered some. So there it is on. So I can now pull a rake of carriages or wagons or whatever I want to do, which I will do and show you at the end of this video. So I hope you're good with that, and let's carry on. So now let's have a look at the new end-to-end. Now this is how we started, and I did about 3 or 4 live streams with this. So if you haven't seen them, I'm just going to show you some clips of part of those, very short parts of them, just to give you a bit of an idea to bring you almost up to date. So let's do that, shall we? So I started on this side of the conservatory, which was up against the kitchen. And I did a couple of layouts here, and you can see I did have them running a bit with some sound. And yeah, I got a lot of help from my YouTubers, and we sort of refined it a bit and did it a bit here and a bit there. And yeah, more I thought about this, the more I wasn't particularly happy having it where it was. So although it works, as you can see, I decided to switch over to the other side of the conservatory, which seemed to make more sense to me. I could get it wider and longer, and this is partly what I came up with, and this is what I'd almost sort of settled on, but I've actually recently decided I'm not sure about this, so I'll do some filming of where it is now and just explain, my thinking really, I think. So I hope you like what I'm going to about to do. Well, hello everybody. Recording date for this is the 21st, Sunday the 21st of January 2023. And this is really the first time I've been able to get in here and feel warm. It's been really, really cold. And this is the day of the storm Aisha, I believe, overnight tonight. So it'll be fun. So the biggest change, I think, is that I've managed to get this beautiful station building that came in the box, the big box that I showed in my live ones, and it's just down there. There it is with all my stuff on it. One thing I have found up in this conservatory, I haven't got enough room to put everything. It's, oh dear, it's all over the place. So this is you know, this is a freebie. It's been made up for me, and it's a nice building, isn't it? I mean, it might be a bit too grand for this end to end, but I would like to use it. So let's pan out a bit. And this is the far end. Now, to use this building, I've had to sort of shove everything over, and it's a completely different sort of layout to what it was. So I'm going to move the camera along and show you a bit of a longer shot of it. So you can see it's just on the edge of the board. I can't move it over anymore. I could gain a little bit by moving it to the very end, but then it's going to look a bit silly. You'd rather have the station with a bit of platform both sides of this. So if we just pan out a bit slowly, you can see it's all a lot straighter, which is partly what I started with on the other side, which as you saw in those little clips, you know, was the other side of the conservatory. But I'm certainly happier here, and as you can see, I've actually got the boards here and the framework, but it's not all made up, it's all loose at the moment, and basically just held on with those clamps at the end, if you see. And if I sling round, I've still got the engine shed there, but where it all goes a little bit awkward is trying to get the fiddle yard in. Now the only way I can get it in is really have it curved like this, which isn't ideal because it's harder to get locos and rolling stock on the tracks, isn't it? But I can't see any alternative, and also being round you do actually get a little bit longer, don't you? But as you can see, where all that loose track is, there's an awful lot of wasted space there. So your opinions please. This bit here, you can see the line. That's where my original brake was, and that's where I'm still going to try and keep it. But as you notice, I've now only got a single track going through, and I can either have a tight tunnel, can't I, or a very small girder bridge, so that we lose the back bit here. What if I spent out a lot of money and bought a Y point for there? And that would then give me the chance to go over there. Good idea or not? So your opinions would be appreciated if you would like to. All the comments I got in the live really did help. So I'm not sure I'm still completely happy with this, but if I do it slowly and let you have a look, you know, any ideas? Great, you know. So I haven't completely lost the old layout, because if I pan round slowly and pan in a bit, you can see the you know, I've drawn round it basically, the old layout, so I can reinstate it. Might have to cut a few bits of track right, the thing, but I might have a trouble with the back scene. That's why I sort of ditched it a bit. But I'm still not completely happy with this, because I'm still up, as you can see there, I'm still up close to where the back scene will be. Now this, I'm hoping, would be my unloading sort of dock and so forth, but it's very restricted, so it's not ideal. It's not easy, this trying to sort out a little end to end. Now I'm working here with 1'6" width, and I didn't do it any wider than that, because if I do, I'm going to have trouble getting in these drawers. And as you saw in the thing, this is where I put my computer for running it, on this drawer here. So I pull that out, like so. Oops, sorry about the lurch. And then I use that bit of board down there. Now for you viewers that haven't seen the live ones, you might be wondering how I'm going to change all these points, because I'm not going to be able to put motors under, certainly not here, because I've got the cupboard in the way. So this is my little jig that I did to show you how. So using twin and earth cable, because I've got a bit of that, which is down there, I concocted this up, and basically it's the earth wire, the actual copper, and the sleeves from the red and the black, or the red and the brown. And I've just super glued that, or rather hot glue gunned it on, along with this US point. And as you can see, if I bang in a bit and keep it still, you can actually change the point. As I say, this point is rubbish, which is why I don't mind buggering it up. But you can see that's going to work, and you can also see that you can curve them. And I think this will work. I really do think this will work quite well. So let's give you another shot of this again. So the reason I haven't done any woodwork on this is it's been horrible weather, but B, I need to have my layout sorted out so that I can mark off where these need to go, because if I want to put cross rails in between, it's going to, you know, I can't get them in the way, can I? So I do need to know what layout I'm going to use. So I'm still working on it, I think. And the plan is, and I'll show you a section through the woodwork. So as you can see here, this is 9mm MDF, and 9mm MDF here, and a bit of 15mm softwood in between. And then underneath is 45mm square timber, or sorry, 45 by 30mm timber, which will be the frame. And the top section and the middle core of softwood, they will be glued and screwed together, but the bottom one will just be screwed on, so that I can, if I need to, get it off to get any problems with changing the points or any other things that are under there. And then that will just be sitting on here, not necessarily fixed, although I will probably put a screw in each end, and that'll be it, you know. And up that end, if I go up, where you can see the cramp holding it, I'll just have a couple of leg frames down to the floor there with some adjusters, which are those ones there, which I got from B&Q for silly money, about £1.50 each or something. So they will do, hopefully. And yeah, and then it'll all be, you can take it off to get at it, you know. So that's what I'm going to do, hopefully. So just to finish off a bit of handheld, you can see the track plan a bit better from this angle, and you can see the lengths that I can use here. So it's not great, to be honest. The other one probably was a bit longer, but yes, you know, in a fashion, to me, it is working, and I have tried it, obviously not connected yet, but it's just really this bit that is doing me head in a bit, I think. I'd rather have this all straight. So yes, I think maybe the Y point might be a good idea. As I said, if you'd let me know. So I'm going to finish this here, because there's not much else to go, is there? You can see the length of trains I could get, but unlike the other one, I probably wouldn't have enough length for some of the locos, so it doesn't quite work. And if I swap the push-pull new coach for the other two right next to the back, they clash. They don't work. And if you had a loco on the push-pull, that would clash as well. So it's not ideal. So as I say, I'm going to leave this here, and we'll go up in the loft. Now it's a bit warmer, and I'll run some of my trains for you. Not many. And we can see the EWS Hornby Class 60 running with a train now, after those coupling problems. Okay everybody, see you up in the loft. Well, everybody, as promised in my text in the video you've just seen, an update on an update. Really, this is. So I'm in the conservatory, and I've got the layout over here. I've got my table covered with everything, and I've got stuff here and stuff here and stuff over there and stuff over there. So yes, I've had another rethink, and I wasn't happy with that one you've just seen at the beginning of this video. But I left it in because it shows the processes. So I will show you where I am at the moment, and I am a lot happier with the one I've got at the moment, at least I think I have. Couple of things. I had my x-ray on the foot, still waiting to see what the doctor says about it, but I must admit it's so much better. It really is. I've been up and down the loft quite a bit to do that running session, as you've just seen, and it didn't really hurt afterwards, which I was expecting it to do. So perhaps it's just healing of its own accord. Weird, but there we are. Right, I thought I'd just mention about, there's a lot of stuff going on about, the hobby's going to die and, doom mongers everywhere. It won't die. It's been going a very long time. And partly, I think, our videos, I got back into the hobby when I was 67, basically because I saw some videos of model railways on YouTube, and I thought, okay, and it just rekindled my thoughts, and here I am. So I'm pretty sure it will adapt. Yes, they're not wrong in saying it will adapt, but I think if all the manufacturers did actually do some cheaper models, a bit like Hornby's, Railroad. We don't really need all this detail. Yes, it's very nice. If you're Peter Dixon with really close-ups and going, yeah, it's worth it. But for even my one running through, would you really know the difference between a Railroad 55 and a Cura scale 55? Well, yes, you would, but at the speed it went through, if it had gone through fast, probably not. The only thing you might notice is the head code's not lit. The driver's forgotten to turn it on. So anyway, I'll stop about that. But no, the hobby will continue. There's going to be no problem with that at all, I'm pretty sure. And we'll see how it goes. And Worley's demise allows other maybe shows to come up. I mean, the premier one now is maybe going to be Getz. It was certainly giving it a close run for its money, wasn't it? Right, so that's about it really. I'm just going to take the camera off the tripod, and I'll just show you what I've got. Okay. So yes, we've still got the very nice station building. What I've decided is trying to fit this in the width that I've got is not really working. So I'm going to have this out and have a board, a little bit of an extension board out here, so I can have a forecourt and a little bit of extra stuff here, because it won't hurt this end. But where I really made a big change is up the other end, so let's go up there. So what I've done so far is I've sort of sorted out the main layout, and then I had problems getting the fiddle yard to work. So this time I started with a fiddle yard, and as you can see, I've got my straight track in. It'll be a lot easier to put locos and everything on, and there's quite a bit of room, isn't there? So that's where I started. I've lost the single bit of track going through the tunnel. I've got my point back again, but that'll have to be. And what I've really done is I think I've used a bit of all the layouts that I've tried. And here we're going to have the engine shed. Now I need a new point for here, which is going to be a lot cheaper than buying a Y point, as I said in the last one. And it's near enough there really. So we've got the station there, which can come out a bit more if I want it to, but obviously it's got to line up with the platform. This will be a bay platform, this one here. There's the main line coming in. we've got the crossover there to allow for a run around, and it will run along here through that point onto this point and then back on, which will be fine. And there's quite a bit of room to get my Mark 1 carriages on. And if I bring in my Mark 1 carriages, I think we'd agree we've got quite a bit of room down here for running round, and the same again here. So that's all fine. That'll be do. And I can get a reasonable length freight train in here to run round, can't I? So sorry about the So up here I'm hoping still to get an unloading shed, but it will have to be sort of slightly different. But I've got ideas about this which might help. I've still got to choose a back scene, but I think this layout potentially gives me more of a choice of back scenes that I can use. I've near enough still got the same point for the scenic break, and as you can see I've got 4 very good fiddly yard tracks, so I'm quite happy with this. So any comments please, and watch out for the next update, which might be a little while. See how we go. But I'm hoping my foot's gonna really heal, so pretty good. And as I said, I've got stuff everywhere. This table is pretty full. I've got all that lot down there, and I've got all that lot down there. So, notwithstanding, and sorry if I'm making you sick, all the rolling stock over there. But I'm feeling happier, I must admit, with what I've got. So, cheers everybody. Cheers. So as you can see, I've had another rethink, and I almost changed it almost as soon as I'd finished filming it the last time. And I got really cold in here. It was really cold. It's not bad at the moment. It's up to about 15 degrees in here, which is the warmest it's been for a long time. But shooting the running session up in the loft, it was only 50 up there. So it's not ideal, even now. But I did manage it. So thank you for watching, and as the credits at the end said, you know, if you like the video, please like it. If you're not subscribed, please do so. It is free. And watch out for my next one, wherever that might be. It could be here, could be up in the loft, or it could be out in a, at a show somewhere. There is one on this Saturday. Whether I go, I'm not quite sure. We'll have to see, won't we? So everybody, thank you very much for getting to the end of this, I've got to say. Don't think many people do. Bye.